I'm Frances Cairncross. I have been an economic journalist most of my life on The Economist magazine, but for the past 9 years I have been the head of Exeter College at Oxford University, one of the oldest colleges at Oxford. I think Albania has some wonderful advantages. A lot of them are natural advantages. Its coastline is absolutely beautiful, stunningly lovely, and at present very underdeveloped. I think that's going to be a challenge for the government to make sure that it is developed legitimately, that there is good land title, and that people really obey the law and don't develop where they're not supposed to develop. Another huge advantage, I think, is actually that a lot of Albanians have travelled abroad. They know how things are done in other countries. In a lot of the restaurants and cafes here, the quality of service is very high, the quality of English is very good. Those are great strengths and not to be ignored. And finally, I think that Albania has the opportunity to make a lot of things new. It has, as far as I can see, almost entirely rejected its communist inheritance. So even people in the Socialist Party here talk very openly about what the market can do, and that is also a big strength. I think the biggest challenge for Albania is just changing the culture of the public sector. At present, it seems to me that many people outside the public sector regard it as almost a sort of mafioso creation, and people who work for it see their job as taking money out of it. Not all of them, but some of them. And this is not a good way for a modern, growing economy to regard the public sector. It has to be seen as something which is there to serve the public interest and serve it in an efficient way, to collect taxes efficiently, to handle business issues efficiently, to give permission efficiently, and to enforce the law. And all of that needs to be changed, and I think that changing the cultural view of the state will be something that's extremely difficult, but something which absolutely has to be done before Albania can really move forward as a modern economy. To remember that politics is partly a question of management, that the job of government, more than anything else, is to manage, not necessarily to come up with exciting new policies, although obviously these are important, but just to make sure that the economy and the country are run on efficient and on predictable lines, so that people know what the rules are, they know they have to obey them, and they know the government will obey them too, and that nobody is above the law. That's really important. I think the government needs to get a few things right, to improve a few things. It needs to improve the efficiency of tax collection, and that includes doing something about the amount of value-added tax which is owed to companies and which is a big problem for many companies. So it's important. At present, you might say that the government is collecting taxes that it does not have a right to, and is not collecting taxes that it does have a right to, and that has got to change. In terms of sectors, improving the efficiency of agriculture will be important in the long run. The way to improve job prospects is really to focus on service industries and on simple kinds of manufacturing, such as the manufacturing of textiles. And to do that, you need a very fair system of regulation. You mustn't come to companies asking them for permits or attacking them or accusing them of things that they're not doing, but you must make sure also that they do obey the law. So clarity in public administration is going to be really important going forward. The final thing I'd say, and you would expect this from somebody at a university, I think that getting education right is important. I think there are still too many young Albanians leaving school without a really good education. That's really important. And there are too many mediocre and sometimes rather corrupt private universities and not enough really good, high-quality public university education. That's another urgent problem to tackle.